Supposing that you are an experienced and competent IT specialist. You have a degree in math or the hard sciences and you have done your apprenticeship working in major U.S. cities for Fortune 500 companies and you would like to be a freelancer or start your own business. You would like to take contracts to develop or manage the development of software solutions, or maybe you would like to develop your own next social media app or artificial intelligence project. You are now more interested in quality of life than salary with all the layered taxes you must pay in the USA. Or maybe you just want your own one-person company doing something relatively simple such as website design or SEO. So what are your options? Number 1. Keep doing what you are doing. Gain 5 pounds a year, work according to someone else's goals and schedules and be both bored and frustrated. Endure endless meetings that accomplish nothing except move the company a few hours closer to bankruptcy. Number 2. Become an hourly contractor. Work when there is work. Improve your skills when there is not. Deal with 60+ hour weeks, gain 10 pounds a year instead of 5 and accept even less quality of life. And worst of all, approach the end of your IT career when you hit 40 and everyone assumes you are obsolete. But you are not obsolete, you just don't fit in. You are in your prime. You outperform 2 or more of the other developers combined and you don't make nearly as many mistakes. You know that you can succeed technically. You have thought about starting your own development company. You researched what you would need to pay a junior developer, a person to do testing and a general office manager who would do marketing and bookkeeping. You looked at office space, talked to a tax accountant and a lawyer and a company to do payroll. You need approximately $400,000 for the first year assuming that you pay yourself half salary. You are pretty sure you will have $100,000 in income for the business your first year and be profitable in your third year while paying yourself a normal salary. $600,000 if that business is in the USA. For 18 months. If it succeeds, you finally earn more than you are earning now in 4 years. If it does not, you are more than $500,000 in debt. So what else can you do to create your dream business, with less risk? First, drastically reduce your cost of living and the overhead of your business. The most important thing is to reduce salaries. Supposing you could hire that junior developer, a new college graduate in information technology, not for $85,000 a year but for $25,000. And instead of paying another $25,000 in US taxes and various mandated fees, you pay $5,000. Savings, $80,000 a year. For your software testing specialist, any math or engineering degree is sufficient. Your savings for this person is $70,000 a year. Your office person is paid a little less for a recent college graduate with a business-related degree. Savings are $60,000. Total salary savings are $210,000 the first year, over $600,000 for 3 years. Not including your own salary? Let's not forget that you need qualified and motivated employees. Paying someone 75% less than you would pay someone in the USA is not a good idea if it results in an unqualified and unmotivated employee. So where do you find such an employer's paradise? Not in India. Salaries are almost the same as in the USA. If you wanted to be a one-person company, Estonia would be a good choice. Keep in mind that most of South America is impossible. There are no such employees at this price and you still need quality internet. This video is for you if you would like to be independent but understand that trading an employer for a bank loan or a venture capitalist does not make you independent. And we assume that neither you nor your daddy have the better part of $1 million to risk. We will be showing you a real solution, an actual remote development environment. Let's start with a real working office. What do you see first? A desktop computer with a big 2K monitor. You can't code or design on anything less and be even marginally efficient. Sorry, those sterile stock pictures of tables occupied by software developers elbow to elbow working on laptops are ridiculous. Software developers are human beings, and if you put them into a hostile environment for work, you will get what Microsoft got, 5 years of security updates and bug fixes to an application, in Microsoft's case Windows. You only see one monitor, but there is a separate travel laptop that is normally running email, Telegram, Viber and in this case YouTube. You don't want distractions on your desktop when you are doing design and development. What else do you see? A wireless printer. A high-resolution scanner. Headphones and a real microphone. Under the table there is a big speaker for presentations. Look closely and you will see that this computer has an Ethernet cable rather than Wi-Fi and a webcam. Finally, you see space. Room for 2 or 3 chairs and people if necessary. A pleasant environment. This is not an office with a forbidding door, nor is it a cubicle that discourages creativity. But this is not all. Remember, there is a junior designer/developer, and this is where he works when he is in the office. His laptop is connected to another big monitor, keyboard and mouse. This workstation is shared by our software testing specialist and sometimes by the office manager. If both are in the office, there is a kitchen table and a third monitor/keyboard/mouse workstation. Or either the tester or office manager can connect to the 4K television if that is more appropriate. And now you have probably guessed that this is not commercial office space. This is a condo, also referred to as an apartment, but it could just as well be a standalone home. You see, no one has to worry about homeowners association, or city zoning rules or whatever restrictions are put upon how they use your private property. Of course, if you would rather rent than buy, the landlord can restrict how you use his property. So, this is set up to be as comfortable a working environment as possible. There is a kitchen, with standard coffee and tea and an espresso machine. If you were to duplicate this setup, there could be a cleaning lady who cleans the bathroom and kitchen and does whatever else is necessary. In the middle of the afternoon there could be a cook to come in and prepare a home-cooked meal at 1700 hours and take a 1 to 2 hour break. Or food can be delivered. A long day with frequent breaks is the ideal schedule for maximum productivity and information technology. You can't do that in the USA, you can do it here. The day could normally end about 2100 hours. There is room for a conference table, or better yet, just push the 3 big chairs to face each other and have an informal meeting. And what does this all cost? Exclusive of salaries and employer-paid income taxes and the like, this costs less than $1,000 per month. That includes all utilities, including air conditioning and heat depending on season, electricity and internet. Instead of applying to a $600,000 loan with all the associated risks, the owner of this business can sell his house in the USA and buy this condo with cash. Furniture and computer equipment can be shipped or bought with cash or a credit card. And the company can break even in the first year with only $100,000 in sales. Well, of course, this office and company is not in the USA or India or Estonia or in the EU. It is not in Africa or South America either. It is in Ukraine. And we have a war. But the war will end someday, and meanwhile you can be profitable while you wait. But now you are too scared to do it, right? Consider, this summer there is going to be BRICS meeting. BRICS, as you should know, is now Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. 83 countries have applied or are planning to join, including Algeria, Argentina, Bahrain, Belarus, Egypt, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Turkey and the United Arab Emirates. At this meeting the main topics will be acceptance of new members and a new currency as an alternative to the dollar and the euro. This should scare you far more than the Ukraine war. If BRICS does issue this new gold-backed currency, this means the end of the dollar as the primary world's currency. And that means an immediate 40% devaluation of the dollar. That means that everything not made in the USA is going to cost 40% more, and that is just the beginning. No longer will the US government be able to print dollars out of thin air and have the rest of the world accept them as money. And that means the mother of all depressions in the USA and the bankruptcy of most American companies. If you sit tight in the USA, your employer is almost certain to lay you off even if they avoid bankruptcy. If you are a contract developer, your survival chances are null, zero. If you start a company in the USA, you are going to have to be very lucky to survive. But if you start your company in Ukraine, with the lowest wages for college-educated young people in the world, you stand a fighting chance. Questions? Leave your comments below. Watch this video again tomorrow and in a few days. What do you want to do? Do what normal people in the USA are doing and will continue to do and be blindsided by the mother of all depressions? Or find your passport and buy a plane ticket to Poland and a train ticket to Kyiv and see for yourself. Please subscribe to me and like this video. There is contact information below.